Little thing that I always tell everybody is if you've ever glued macaroni on a plate, you can make a mosaic. It's not hard at all. And since you have your little wine glasses and your wine, this should be super relaxing for you. So I'm just going to kind of hop in and kind of go through what you should have right now. We're going to make a mosaic wall plaque. And what you should have in your kit is a little round surface. In Mosaic world, it's called a substrate. That's the fancy word to say surface. And then you should have 3 different types of tiles. And one should be like red glittery tiles. Another should be like kind of navy blue, kind of stick tiles. And then you should have random white tiles that are squares and triangles. And these are stained glass. Does everybody have all those? Awesome. So you can just kind of, lay those out on your table. And I also believe that you were sent a heart that is like a little template of a heart. Does everyone have those? Perfect. Okay. So what we're going to do is called direct method mosaic making. And that means we're directly putting mosaic tiles on a surface. So it's a 2-step process. And tonight we're going to glue our pieces onto our substrate to make a design. And then we're going to let it dry for at least 24 hours. And then we're going to grout it. And I'm going to show you how to grout tonight, but we won't be grouting here together because we have to let the glue dry. So how many of you have ever made a mosaic? All right. We got some experienced mosaicists out there. Awesome. I'm going to show you tonight's project is going to look something like this when it's glued. Now, the only difference is I painted the surface white just so I had a white background. Tonight, yours is just going to look like wood color. But our design is going to be a heart. And you probably are wondering, like, how am I going to do the heart? Super easy. You're going to glue that piece of paper that looks like a heart right on the surface in the middle. And then we're going to tile on top of it. So you're going to have this project kind of look similar to this. It's going to look different, though, because everybody's going to put their own spin on it, and that's totally fine. But this is the general idea. We're going to have a red heart, and we're going to have a white background, and then it's going to be outlined with blue. So when you make a mosaic, I told you we're doing direct method, and tonight we're doing the first part, which is gluing the design down. When you finish a mosaic, it usually has grout in it, and if you could see, this one has gray grout, and this is a completed, I did like a little house number, so this is kind of a complete mosaic piece. I just kind of wanted to show you guys so you got an idea, a feel of what it's going to look like. So my first bit of advice would be to kind of find the middle of your substrate and then glue down your heart. And you should have a little bottle of glue. And you want to glue it down really, really well. Like you don't want any edges sticking up. So what I usually do is I put glue all over the back and I make sure just like a lot of glue. And then you just want to make sure everything's nice and flat because that's going to be a little bit of a barrier between your surface and your tiles, but it's going to be your little template. So go ahead and do that. And if there's any questions at any time, just go for it. You can ask me, you can type it in the chat, whatever you'd like.
I'm sorry, Miss. I had to walk out and get my glue. I missed that last stuff. I have the heart here.
Okay, no worries. So what we're doing first is you're going to get your heart and you're going to glue it to the middle of your surface. So you kind of want to, you can kind of just eyeball the middle and you're going to glue it down. You want to put enough glue on your paper heart so that it's nice and covered, the bottom of it's covered, and you don't want any edges kind of sticking up. You just want enough glue to get it nice and securely glued down because we're going to use that as our template to glue on.
This is to hang, right? So we need to make sure that the piece is at the top, correct? I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. I couldn't see who was talking. Brenda. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, that's
So
the
we-
hang. Correct. So this is
Make sure that's at the top.
so this is the back of the project. You want to glue everything on the front, because this is a wall hanging, and you're going to be able to put like a little tack in the wall or a nail or a screw, and this will hang securely on your wall. Yes. So make sure yes, and make sure the heart is, you want the heart to be the two parts of the heart towards the top. If that makes sense. I know everything's kind of backwards and we're on computers and stuff. Because I've definitely done my fair share of picture frames that are mosaic, and then I'm like, whoa, they're upside down. Okay, it's going on an easel now. Is everyone doing okay so far? Okay. So
We haven't actually started yet, but we're good.
it's okay. Make sure it's nice and secure. Like to make sure that the paper is down, I even put a little glue on my finger and kind of go around the whole edge and just make sure it's nice and secure. So while you're doing that, if you're done with that part, the next part that I'm going to ask you to do would be to outline the circle. So when you're making a mosaic and you want it to look mosaic-y, which is, the space in between it's like broken pieces coming together to make a big piece, right? You want to leave some space in between the tiles. Now, sometimes when you glue, they get really close, but you want to kind of leave about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch in between, just to give it that mosaic-y look. So what I would ask you to do is next, after you're done gluing your heart, start gluing down your outline of the blues. And as you can see on mine, I left just a little bit of space in between. And you want to bring it as close to the edge as you can. So you'll see it kind of looks like that from the side. Does that make sense so far? Okay. And if you're still gluing the heart, totally fine. Just take your time. This is super relaxing. We're just embracing the journey of making a mosaic. And don't forget to sip on your wine. That's one of the best parts of making a mosaic. So this glue is going to dry clear, and you'll notice it's a little tacky, well, depending on what glue you're using, but it'll dry clear. So if it's very forgiving. If you end up putting too much on, you can wipe a little off, but for the most part, it works really well. And just as a note, when you go to grout tomorrow or any day after, if any of your pieces fall off, it's okay. It's like totally fine. It happens a lot. Just glue it back on. You always have to make sure it's glued before you grout it, because the grout isn't an adhesive. It's literally like cement. So just glue it back on. You could still grout. You just want to be really careful around it. You just don't want to like glue tonight and then grout tonight, because your pieces, they'll be so wet. All of them will be wet. It would be like impossible to grout it without it getting all messed up. So you have to have a little patience for the two-step process.
And while you guys are doing that, I just wanted to say real quick, if you received wine, if you registered before November 1st, we were able to do a special gift of, we connected with David Tutera, who has connections with One Hope, and they were so gracious and donated wine to everyone that had registered prior to November 1st. So that was our little extra special treat for everyone, hence why we had little silicone wine glasses in your camp box.
Thank you for that, Angela. We were so confused
That's what David said.
They support a lot of cancer charities, so we've bought from them before, and we've sent their wine to people before. We were very confused on what was
Well, no, because when David emailed me yesterday, he was like, what was this extra special? And I was like, oh, it should have been wine. He's like, that's where that came from.
very confused.
So yeah, we just wanted to make sure you guys had a little extra special treat for the evening.
How's everyone doing with the heart and the outline? Is it coming out okay? Yeah. We have Holly up. Is that Holly up in the corner? Holly, Chris?
Oh, yes, Holly's not here right now. She had like Friendsgiving, so she left.
Oh, I didn't know if that was Holly.
Yeah, I got my daughter Gabby here helping me.
Hi, Gabby.
Hi, Gabby. I'm glad.
Hey, buddy.
Great. Everyone's doing okay. I could see everyone's really, really focusing, really intense. Letting the creativity flow, enjoying the process of gluing. Sometimes as adults, we kind of miss the simple things like gluing things down. I love gluing things down.
Oh, Terry, that looks good.
Let's see.
Just, Terry, show it again. Oh, no, she's back to being focused. Oh, wait.
Nice. Good work. I like it. So you're going to do a nice outline and just kind of evenly space them around the perimeter. I love these colors. They're so pretty.
I felt it was very therapeutic just separating the colors out into the baggies to send out. I was like, oh, I can do this. This is nice. It was like a brain break.
It is so, I'm telling you, every time I put a kit together, I feel the same way. I had to do 11 of them last night. I'm like, it feels so good. Yep, it's really nice.
They always have those weird glitches.
That's
All right, so for those that just joined, if you have your Mosaic kits, the heart shape that was in there, we just glued that to the center, but make sure that the back is lined where you would hang it.
Right. So it should, the design is going to be a heart outlined, a red heart outlined with blue, surrounded by white. You just want to, and it's a wall hanging. So you just want to make sure the upper part of the heart is, like if you were to flip it, it's is in the back. And I know, like I keep saying, it may look backwards because of everything with the computer, but that's how it should look. All right. So so for anybody that's new, you're going to glue down that heart in the middle, and then you're going to outline. You're going to outline the perimeter with the blue kind of stick tiles, and you're just going to leave a little space in between, evenly kind of space it out. And if for some reason you have extra tiles after, you've already put enough on, just keep them. You can use them for something else. Glue them on a rock or something. So once you get done with the blue outline, we're going to start with the red heart. And I love these red tiles. I think they're my favorite tiles of all time because they're glitter, blingy. I love them. And you'll notice that there are little triangles and little squares. So in Mosaic world, when you put together kind of a random pattern of shapes to make something, it's called crazy paving. So it just means it's kind of random and it's all over, but we are kind of containing our paving within this heart. So what you're going to do is you're going to use little heart shape that you have glued down, and you are going to outline it with your tiles, and then you're going to fill it in. So the neater you kind of outline the heart, the easier you're going to be able to see the heart shape. So it's naturally going to pop a little because it's going to be red against a white background, but you'll also, you know, if you can stay within the heart outline, it's going to look even better. So remember to just leave a little space, and then you're going to glue this down into your magical little heart, and it's going to look sparkly and cute. And leave a little space in between. And you'll notice you're going to have like rounded parts, like around, you know, of the heart. So you just have to kind of work with that. Is everyone doing okay? Yeah? Okay. If you have any questions, you just yell them out.
Matter if you get glue on top of the tiles?
It's okay. If you got glue on top of the tile, if you're able to grab like a damp paper towel, you can wipe it off right now. But like I told you before, this glue is really forgiving. So you'll be even like once it dries tomorrow, and when you go to grout it, it'll probably come off because there's sand in the grout, and the grout will kind of like buff it. But also it'll probably come off if you scrape it with your fingernail. It's not like any sort of permanent glue on top of the tile. But yeah, if you want to grab a paper towel and wet it, it's always nice because my hands get sticky too when I'm gluing.
I was gonna say my heart is blue though, not white. We have blue hearts. A blue heart is the paper that we glued down.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh.
Whatever color heart, but it's just in the shape of a heart, right?
Correct.
Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't even matter what you glue down because it's going to be completely covered. It's just
Okay.
there. It's just there as a template, so no worries. You could even eyeball your heart and create a heart, but I just liked it to look a little neater.
Okay.
But I always say you do you. I can give you all the rules, and then these are going to come out and looking great with everyone's personality added to them.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's the outside first. She said, yeah. Oh, it looks like a whatever. Okay.
I mean, I know everyone's muted, but they're very focused.
I know. Sometimes when I'm teaching, well, before COVID, when I would teach in person, it would get really, really quiet. I was like, are you guys awake? And people were so into it. And then after 2.5 hours, they'd be like, it's over already? And I was like, yes. They like really get into it. It's such a good way to focus on something different, on using a part of our brains we don't normally use every day. So.
Exactly. I feel like even if you're not a creative, crafty person, this is something you can do.
Oh, I absolutely agree.
Is it possible to put too much glue on your tiles?
It is. So why did you ask?
I just trying to find the right balance here.
Oh
no,
sorry.
So it is possible, and what'll happen is if you put too much glue on, you'll see that it kind of squirts up like in between the space, and it's fine. If it happens a little bit, it's totally fine. If it's too much where it's going to take up the grout space, you can either pick it up and put it on the paper towel and clean it off, or get like a Q-tip if you have one nearby and just kind of clean it out. But if it's only a couple of them, don't worry about it. It'll be covered by grout.
We're good. I think it's push a little more. Push more closer. Like, we'll grab it.
Are they looking pretty?
Sure.
Oh, nice. I know it's when you're doing WebEx or any sort of video class, everyone's always asking to, show your mosaics, and then they start sliding a little bit. I always tell people, well, this isn't 3D, but when I do like 3D things like vases and stuff, I tell people to grab a blow dryer and get their glue a little tacky, so that it helps it to stick. But hopefully these will dry a little faster because it's been a warm day.
Okay.
And of course, I'm going to ask you to pick them up at the end because I'm going to want to see them.
Sorry about that. My dogs are in the room. Get a little
Ooh.
crazy once in a while.
Who did? I'm sorry. Oh, the whole thing? Power Mosaic are over there. I'm impressed. Let's. Is it dry enough to show me? Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's impressive. Very impressive. So you'll probably guess that our next step is going to be to fill in the background with the white stained glass. So you're going to pretty much just fill in the background any way you want. We're going to do the paving, and it's going to be completely random. So just kind of continue building on to it after you're done with the red blingy heart.
This method is easier.
And be careful because the white tiles, they are stained glass and they're sharp. So you just have sharp edges. But the other two, the blue stick tiles and the red ones, they're nice and rounded, so they shouldn't hurt you.
Do we need to leave space in between the white ones as well?
Yes. Yep. You want to leave a little space in between. You'll be able to see my white tiles a little better once I give you the grout lesson. But kind of if you could see kind of how I did it. Just totally random. It's such a cute design and happy, and it's simple. Like, I love that it's just kind of a nice, clean look, and it's going to look so pretty on your wall.
Angela, if we missed some of the sessions today, are they recorded in case we want to watch them?
Yes, they are recorded. I say we'll need till Monday because I need to work with Lizzie on getting her the videos, and then she'll add them to the SL Parents page. We'll make a separate tab with the recordings.
Cool,
Yeah.
thanks.
No worries.
Is SL Parents a Facebook page or a web page?
It's a web page, so it's slparents.org.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still dry.
What's tacky? Dry. How we have to get some together.
Are the hearts looking good? Good. And the outline is probably done by now for most of you, I'm guessing.
David's out of wine.
In Puerto Rico.
Now, since we didn't get to see it, is there a red and a white? Is that what they included in the box? For anybody that received the wine?
We got a sparkling and a red.
Oh.
We didn't get any wine.
Where's this wine?
We got glasses.
So my question is, how is the wine? Is it any good?
This one's decent. Yeah. We've had their stuff before. Hang on, where's the camera? That's what we got here.
Huh.
Are they like charitable or something? The winery, is that what that is?
Yeah. So I know the story years ago. It was founded by someone from the Mondavi family, and every bottle that they has a particular. So like this one is and hunger. So everything they sell has a each bottle has a charity associated with it, and so they've actually, as I noticed in their catalog, they have a childhood cancer one. They have a number of general cancer ones, but they have hunger, poverty, lots of different things. So it's called One Hope.
Yeah, and Jeff, so you know, you had to register by November 1st to get the wine because it took 3 weeks for them to come out.
That's nice. That was really nice. That they did it.
Yeah.
And Wine Hope did donate the wine to us.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's really cool.
Yeah. So apparently it just takes wine longer to ship.
Yeah, I bet.
Versus our packages that people get it the next day after I've shipped them. So
true.
Angela and I didn't make the list, so we didn't get any.
No. But now that I know, since David said you can just order it, David, right off their website.
Yep.
So I might have to look into that.
Yeah.
You ever need wine facts, David's your guy.
Yeah. So if you're looking to shop for wine online, I'm a good resource.
I mean, I love my wine. Now, do they change up their wines, or do they consistently have the same wines?
They're pretty consistent, and they have a pretty wide selection. So I'd say you pay a little bit of a premium for their stuff because of the charitable donation. So
right.
But it's mainly I think maybe all California wine and.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they also have some. If you're why would I like them for is if you're gifting, they have some really good. They do a lot of like decorative bottles that are actually still enjoyable to drink, like sparkly champagne bottles and things. They make good corporate gifts.
Now I have to ask, I've never had sparkling wine. Those you guys are obviously having the sparkling wine. Is that tasty? Like, what does it taste like?
Basically champagne, but it's not from France.
Does it still have like the dry taste like champagne?
This one is pretty dry, actually. They vary.
Okay.
I would say this one's more of your standard champagne flavor. This particular.
That's good to know.
Great. Tiles.
How are those designs coming? Is it coming together? Looking something like this a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Good. Keep going.
We're off the reservation over here.
At the Etcher household, we improv, so.
Ooh, nice. Impressed.
Yeah, I did too. I had to move.
I'd like to thank you for helping us burn through all our mosaic tiles. I used to do this as like a hobby before we had kids. I had piles of this stuff. And thanks to Special Love, we've had a lot of uses for like going through all of my tiles. He's got a boat.
Oh,
that's really cool. Wow, cool.
Like
I'm always so impressed by what people come up with. Very cool.
On our front porch, I mosaicked at one point. Like I was really into it for a while.
That's super cool.
See, I don't have that creative side. I need someone to show me a picture and then I can duplicate it, but I couldn't come up with something on my own.
You'd be surprised once you start doing it.
I will admit to Googling.
There's a lot of stuff. If you go to like Pinterest and just put in mosaics, like simple mosaics or beginner mosaics, they even have little templates and stuff. And then you just outline it. That's it. Glue it down and outline it.
Is there any glass that doesn't work well with it, or ceramic?
Everything I've used has worked pretty well. The thing that I have a little bit of an issue with are seashells, because they're great to do like an embellishment, but they are very porous. So like when you go to grout, it kind of gets stuck in them and it's not as pretty or shiny. But for the most part, I've pretty much glued down a lot of random stuff and it works. Like coins and like rocks and all sorts of stuff. So I have not seen much that won't work in a mosaic. Yeah, you can use plates. If you have like a plate that broke that's special to you, you can use it to create something, and then you could do like a little wall plaque and then put it up in your kitchen and you have a reminder. I definitely have sentimental stuff that I'm going to mosaic because I can't throw it out.
That's why I asked.
Yeah.
That's the discussion.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
You
I
can
have a lot of like cups and stuff. There's like my grandmother's, and I was like,
yeah,
I don't have a teacup collection, and like
Can't throw it out.
I was like, maybe I can make something else out of it.
you could totally make a table, and there is a special way of cutting a plate. Now you'll see if you go and look on on the internet that you could put the plate in like a pillowcase and then use a hammer. Yeah. But there's an actual method of breaking a plate so that it's not like being smashed into powder. Essentially. So yeah, it's a great thing. It's a great thing to do.
Okay.
Well, Sherry, what year was that you ran the activity with the bowls that you had pre-broken the bowls, but we brought it back together and glued them together?
Was that 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah. And that
was the kintsugi.
I thought that's what we did last year.
So last year was
we were putting something together, wasn't it?
Someone wrote last year.
No, someone spoke last year. What's his name? The Bite Me Cancer? Yes.
Yeah.
All the years started together.
That's awesome. So see this mosaic? You see the brown and the polka dot brown and pink? That's a plate.
Oh,
that's neat.
Yeah, so you can totally make something really cute and that's sentimental to you, and you can still keep it.
what are those things in the middle? Those round.
Oh, those are just little glass gems. Like you probably see them everywhere. Hold on, I'll show you. I think everybody has these around. They're like, like the little gems that you put them in like candle votive holders and
or like flowers.
Flower vases. Yep. So these are just pink ones.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like my. Where are the A2 boys?
You have to hammer them. It doesn't matter. We're not going to use them again at this point.
You could ask.
Let me just break them and see if we get it.
Where are the A2 boys right now?
They are watching TV. So they're in front of Disney Plus watching some Lego Star Wars or something.
Yeah.
Same, pretty similar here.
Yeah.
Kind of scary quiet.
They haven't started beating each other up yet. So.
You guys couldn't hear me hammering tiles with this meat. With this meat tenderizer. I told you I'd done this before. I'm over here like mashing stuff on the floor.
Oh yeah. What? Wait, why is she using a meat tenderizer?
The hammer's in the garage. It works.
Yeah, we should have done that part first.
Oh, are you breaking the tile?
Yeah. these sea glass ones that I had in my stash.
Oh my, all right, this is a new method. I have never seen a meat tenderizer. I completely love it. Amazing. Just when I think I've seen it all.
Kind of enjoy it, breaking their own tiles for the first time.
Amazing, amazing.
Yes.
That's funny.
Yeah. The tile breaking is therapeutic.
It is. It is. Did you ever use a wheel tile cutter when you did mosaics?
Yes.
Why be conventional? I'm gonna get out my meat tenderizer and start cracking tiles. I love it.
The one outside is a small square.
Awesome.
Use the Elmers.
Cut my nails.
So is everyone getting all the white, the random white shapes filling in the background now? Good.
Yeah.
Good, good, good. So in a little bit, I'm gonna, oh, is someone asking a question?
No, I just said it's like little puzzle pieces because all the different shapes I separated. The triangle shapes are small, large. The rectangles are small, large.
Yeah, they're all different. They're all different. So I'm just gonna tell you a little bit about like the grouting. So I'm gonna teach you how to grout next, but I'm gonna tell you about the edge. So on our projects, the design doesn't include any sort of mosaic making on the outside edge of the project. So we're gonna have it, you know, just be the wood color. So there's a couple things you can do. The way I'm gonna do it is I got some painter's tape, and you don't have to get fancy painter's tape. You can get masking tape or whatever you have at home. And you can kind of just put it along the edge and just cover the edge. And then when you go to grout, you're just gonna grout the top, and then the tape will help the sides stay clean. The other thing is you don't have to do that. You can literally just not tape it and then grout it and then just kind of paint the grout on the side. You're not going to be able to build it up really thick because it doesn't have any tiles to go in between, and it's not going to build up thick because it would fall off. But you can get it wet enough after you're done doing the main design and just kind of paint it on and then kind of clean it. But I just liked kind of the clean look on this, so I'm not going to do anything. But the other thing is, if you decide to tape the edge and then you grout it and clean it, you could paint the edge. So those are like 3 different things you can do. So it's essentially going to look like, this is my square house number, but that's how the side is going to look on this one that I'm going to show you tonight. If someday you do another mosaic, you may decide to do the edge, something like that. But if you decide to just kind of paint it with the grout, it'll look like that.
I don't know. If you were gonna put the tiles on the edge, do you have to wait till the top dries first and then?
No. If you want to do that, if you have enough tiles left over, feel free. You can, what I like to do is I like to just put it on my table, and then I use the table to help kind of support the tile. So, you know, because it's going to slide a little. So you could absolutely do the edge.
Got it.
If you are doing the edge, though, I would put something down on your table, like a piece of craft paper or something, so you're not gluing to your table, or a placemat or something. I have a little piece of wax paper here, or if you have parchment paper, something you can grab. If you use like a paper towel, it sometimes sticks to it and it gets a little, you know, it won't come off completely. So that's why I like to use a sort of like a waxy paper.
It always makes me laugh that we're on silence, but you see couples talking to each other.
Yeah. I know everyone's so into it. I love this. It's so cool. Oh, it looks great. Very
Nice.
good. Very good. That looks great.
Wow.
She's showing off because I'm not done.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
nice,
But look at
David.
Dave. He's
The
showing off.
sailboat. Amazing.
Love it.
There's that
Very
one.
cool. Oh, very pretty. I like that a lot.
I like
And-
the green in that.
And I have to give you props because of the dark letter with the white background. That's going to pop. That's a perfect design choice. I'm super impressed.
Then my little like greenish meld of the greens, whatever I had lying around.
Beautiful, beautiful. I'm so impressed.
And I got rid of like all these bags of tiles, so thank you. I love to throw things away. It makes me happy.
Wait, you did what?
I got rid of all these like old like
All your random pieces.
So I'm
Yeah, like we
And all with the meat tenderizer.
We had sea glass left over and these, so it all kind of came
It's so pretty. Wait, no, what is in the background of the gray? Is that sea glass?
Yeah, sea glass. Yeah,
That's really cool. Very cool. I like it.
that sea glass has been sitting in our mosaic pile for like years.
It's nice to use it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
There's a lot. I just actually on Pinterest, something popped up today on my feed about sea glass, and they did like an ombre sort of thing. It was neat.
Donna, are you finished with yours? I see you there waiting patiently. Did you finish yours? Yes. Oh, that looks
Nice.
awesome.
Pretty.
Good.
Very nice, Donna. Casey, are you finished too? I see you dancing over there.
Casey's got her own party going.
So I'm gonna put it on, but
Good.
All right.
Ooh.
Oh, I
it's
love
great.
it.
Looks great.
then here, I just want to show her. So there's Kate.
Nicely done.
Nice, nice, nice.
Oh,
Here.
Dodge teenager.
Sounds pretty sweet.
Now's the time to do it.
Exactly.
So just make sure you have all your spots filled in. They don't have to touch. You just want to make sure everything's filled in, because when you go to grout, it's going to look really pretty when you fill in like all your little puzzle pieces, even though they're not touching.
I saw Florian pop in there. Hi, Florian.
Hello. Hi.
How are you?
Hey, Pretty good, actually. I'm pretty happy today because I caught myself, or I picked up stingrays today. Yeah, and a skate.
I don't know. I don't know what's worse. You picking up stingrays or you finding snakes at the Williamsburg KOA? I don't know which one's worse.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Very cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
had bloody fingers from it. I don't even
Because
I've stopped worrying about it.
Because for some reason the stingrays, or no, there was one of them that I caught, which was I think a flat shark species. They're called skates, and they have spikes on their wings, or on their flappy wings. And I got spined. You know how I used to get spined by the bluegills when I caught them in Front Royal.
Yeah. Now, did you actually have to go swimming for those? Did you have to actually go in the cold water?
No, there was a lady got caught one on her fishing pole, and I came running to get it off.
So she cut the hook off, and he helped, and then he held them and released them back into the
Yeah.
ocean. So
They told me she doesn't mess with them.
yeah, I think, yeah. Apparently, they're not a delicacy, so they get released.
Wow.
Understandable.
Impressive.
Anyway, so nice to see everybody. Really good to see you. I was just thinking back to last year when we all had drinks at the bar and then headed into dinner. It was so nice.
I know. 2021 will be better.
Yep, let's fingers crossed.
How is everyone? Okay? Everyone's doing great? Good. Good.
Yeah, I mean we're trying to stay safe and isolate and wear our mask when we go places and wash hands and all that. So as I'm sure the rest of you are.
Yes.
And as I'm sure the rest of you have felt, we've been through this for many, many years before anyone ever, had to live through it. And they complain about having to wear a mask to the store. Just makes me want to laugh and cry.
Right? We were well stocked in hand sanitizer when this went down, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not hoarding toilet paper or paper towels, but I may be buying a bottle of hand sanitizer every time I go to the grocery store.
We had so
smart.
It's been in every room of our house for so long.
We have one of the professional dispensers.
Yeah,
we were about to get rid
still
of.
had hand
We need to save
sanitizer
more.
from 2014.
I think we should keep it.
Well, it just amazes me. You'd think in the beginning of all this, with the hoarding of toilet paper and paper towels, and then it slowed, that people would have gotten that they didn't need that much, and yet I can't find paper towels or toilet paper at all in any of the stores.
Yeah.
I'm not even hoarding. I just have 6 people in my house and actually need it.
Oh, you actually just need it every day.
I know. You have to tell the. Sometimes if you ask the manager in the grocery store, and then they say, "Okay, we'll hold it in the back for you."
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, right.
They're like a secret stash sometimes, like that they kept for their special customers. I guess I don't.
Basically, I need an inside person.
Yeah.
Except one time, the guy handed me a one unwrapped roll of toilet paper as I left the Giant, and it didn't look good. It was a very awkward exchange.
You're like, oh, thank you for that.
He was just selling them one by one.
Handing them out.
He he had it like hidden up on a thing. He was like, he must have realized I'd been looking or something, and he was like,
"Here you go."
One.
Look, like it was a very strange, illegal looking transaction.
Like, how do you sanitize toilet?
I don't know if he charged me. Come to think, I don't know if he charged me or not. I think I was on the way.
I hope he didn't, since he touched it all.
He's like, "This is my personal toilet paper."
Oh,
this one's been
nice. Thanks.
So I guess you just had to roll with it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if most of you are getting to a point where you have filled everything in, I think I'm going to show you how to grout, but I want to make sure everyone is to a point where they can pay attention a little bit. It's not hard at all. I just want to make sure everyone kind of gets it. Is everyone to that point?
Thumbs up if you are.
Pretty much.
Yep, it looks like majority.
Okay. So all of you should have received a little bag of grout. It's like a little powdery bag. Does everyone have that? Yes. Okay, perfect. So this is called sanded tile grout. If you've ever grouted your bathroom or your shower, you may have used sanded. There's also unsanded, there's pre-mixed, but I personally like sanded tile grout because it has sand in it and it actually helps to eventually shine everything up. even though we will add water to this and make it wet. But as it dries, it actually makes your mosaic look really pretty. So I think, like I told some of you, I think most of you are on the call, but as far as the edge goes, you can put tape around the edge if you want. Don't have to tape it at all if you don't want to. But I'm going to tape mine because I eventually may either just leave it the wood color or I'm going to paint it. So what you're going to do is you just need to grab a container, like either a plastic cup or an old yogurt container or something that you can throw out. And you're going to dump your grout into the container. So did all of you also get a craft stick, or do you have something you can mix with? If not, just use like a plastic spoon or knife or something you have at home. Just something that you can throw out. And what you're going to do is you're going to grab water. It doesn't matter what temperature it is. And you're going to slowly, slowly, slowly add water to your grout. And you're going to mix it up until it kind of gets like peanut butter-like consistency. I'm going to be like at a weird angle, so I'm going to move my computer a little bit. So here's what's going to happen. You're probably going to add too much water, and it's fine because everybody does it. So you want to maybe leave a little bit on the side of the powder grout, because if you add too much water, you can always add it back in to thicken it up. But if you don't, because you're super excited about this mosaic, like most people will be, and you add too much water, just let it sit for a little bit because it's going to get thicker as it sits. So I'm just kind of mixing it up here. So kind of like peanut butter-like consistency. Now here's the deal. If you start grouting, you're going to want to finish grouting, because once you put grout on the top of your tiles, it's essentially cement. So if you're like, yeah, I'm going to go out for, and I'm going to mow the lawn, I'm going to go to bed and do this tomorrow. Because if you do, it's going to be a giant cement wall hanging, which is fine. It would be beautiful in its own way, but that's not what we're going for. So this is what it's going to look like. It's going to kind of look like this consistency. So what you're going to do, and also if you have any gloves, like any plastic gloves, I used to like add them into my kits, but then when everything happened, I just didn't because there was a shortage of them. But if you have any spare gloves, I like to actually use my hands and kind of scoop up the grout and smear it on. You can totally do that, but you may just want to use a little craft stick or a plastic knife, and you're just going to smear the grout on top of the piece. So it's like you're going to be like you're frosting a cake. And you're just going to get the grout in between all the space. Can you guys kind of see what I'm doing? And you don't need to build it up thick because you're not trying to put a ton on top. You're just trying to get it in between the space. Can you see what I'm doing here? So you're going to kind of get it in all around. And you're going to want to have some dry paper towels because we are going to essentially put the grout on, let it sit literally like a minute or two, and then we're going to shine it up with a dry paper towel. So I'm just going to kind of put a little more grout on here. So if you do use your hand, it's totally fine. Just be careful though, because you still can get cut, even if you have gloves on, with those sharp pieces. You just kind of want to be careful. So you're just going to kind of get it in between all the space. And then kind of on the outside edge, you can just kind of push it in. And these are really nice and easy to grout because they're flat and nice. I love all these tiles we chose for this project. So you're just going to kind of get it around the edge. And when you're grouting, like you might want to put on an apron and maybe do this somewhere, maybe outside on a picnic table or someplace where you can get a little dirty, because it's going to get a little teeny tiny bit messy. It's not super messy, but you may want to do it, not on your next dining room table.
Let me ask a question. Is it better to have more tiles with less space in between, or is it better? I know when my son did one of these, I think you guys sent during the summer, I feel like he was very symmetric in what he did, and so there was a lot of space in between. Maybe
Yes.
Like we did something and then we did something on the edge, and maybe we did almost nothing, and it was like all grout, and then he was like disappointed in the way.
Right. And so I feel like, especially when you do this for the first time, you kind of want to experiment, and it's totally cool that he did that, but then you kind of figure out right away what you like and what you don't like. What I like is more tile and less space. So it just looks, to me, it looks better. But like I said, I wouldn't feel bad. Like first time you try it and you see what you like. So this is essentially what it looks like when you get the grout on, and then you're going to just kind of get out the excess, and then you're going to kind of let it sit for a minute or two. Now my room is really hot because I have this space heater going down here, so like my grout is already drying. So what it's going to happen is the grout's going to start to get hazy. So you're going to get a dry paper towel, and you're just going to start shining up your piece. You're just going to start wiping it off and shining it up. And you're going to kind of go around the edge and get up. So see how it's kind of coming together? And you just kind of want to use some dry paper towels. Now, if you start really getting into mosaic making, you'll notice that when you learn about grout or you Google it, some people do use a wet sort of sponge, and that's fine. Like you can use a sponge, but I like to get everything nice and dry, like a little more dry, because if I use like a wet paper towel now, I just be kind of pushing around wet grout on my piece. So you want to get it to get a little dry first. But then eventually, after like an hour or so, you could totally take a damp cloth to this and shine it up. And then the next day, after it sits a little bit, shine it up again. You can also use like the rough side of a sponge. So like if you have one of those sponges that has like the green rough side, you can use that to shine it up like the next day. So that's basically how you grout. And it just kind of brings the whole piece together. And this gray grout, it's going to dry a little lighter, but it's going to look really pretty because it goes really nice with the color scheme. And that's basically it. So, but you want to make sure you wait. Wait at least till tomorrow to grout so that your glue gets nice and dry. And before you grout, what I would do, I would just kind of take my finger and kind of go over it to make sure everything's glued down, or turn it upside down, make sure no pieces fall out. If they do, just glue them back in, and then you can grout it. Does that make sense? Is there any questions? It's very easy. So the thing is, once you'll see like this is the grout now in my container, and what you want to do is throw this out in the trash can. Don't put any grout in your sink or anything, because unless you have like an industrial sink, this can clog up and cause a lot of problems. So just kind of, wrap it up and throw it out. And that's essentially how to make a mosaic. So I'm going to sit over here and shine this up.
Looks so good.
Yeah, it's nice and sparkly.
So while she's shining, for all of our brass campers, I have to show you. This is what Ryan did his catapults. His
oh my gosh!
He mosaic it?
Mosaic the whole thing.
Okay, you need to take a picture of that and send that in.
I will. The bottom too, it's everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
So I would just say, I think you inspired the kids because we were definitely into it around here.
That is awesome.
It's hilarious. Forever.
How long did it take him?
Because it was a long summer.
How long did it take him to mosaic that?
It took him a better part of an afternoon at least, maybe 2 days. I think we did.
That's very cool.
But, you know, we had a lot of time to fill, so thank you.
Oh, that's so neat.
So you'll see I'm taking off my tape now too. So now I can actually paint the side. I'll probably maybe paint it white since you could still see some of the white from underneath.
Now, how long does it usually take for the grout to dry?
Completely another 24 hours, but you'll notice within like 2 or 3 hours, it's going to be really hard to clean that off. So you just kind of want to do it within, you know, within 20 minutes to a half hour.
Okay.
Just kind of clean it off. But you'll notice this is a beautiful project because everything's nice and flat. It's not super big. Now that catapult, that probably took some time to grout. That is a project.
Yes. Yeah.
And guess who did it? Not Ryan.
No, he did it with me.
He did some.
He did it. But yeah, the number of times you had to like do this part and then this part, and yeah, it was fun.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's impressive. Yeah, so I usually just kind of put all my stuff in the, you know, wrap it all up and then I throw it out. If you have newspaper, that works really well. Then I just throw it in the trash. So I think the only thing you'll probably, if you've never grouted anything before, it's just consistency, right? But don't worry, if it gets really soupy, just let it sit. That's all you have to do. I mean, if you don't put any to the side, just let it sit for a little bit. It's going to thicken up and you'll be okay. It's not that hard at all. Do you have any questions about it? Any part of the process? I think you guys are pretty advanced mosaicists, so I'm not worried. You have a question. All right.
What happens when yours is better than your wife's? What do you do then?
Oh! I don't know. You're going to have to take it up with her.
Yeah.
We're going to have to
Keep your thoughts to yourself. That's what you do.
Abby, let me see that. It looks so good.
For the website.
Awesome.
Pretty. Very pretty. Oh, and I love your heart. That's beautiful.
Oh, nice.
That's a very pretty.
Look at that.
I think we have that one from the summer too.
I was going to say, I think the heart was brass camp and the star or starfish was for Camp Fantastic.
Uh-huh. This is the one I
I
did.
still have my heart here.
Ah! Those look awesome.
Those are so pretty. I love your designs. Let's see the starfish. Very pretty. I love all the colors. And your heart is so beautiful. Nice job with the grouting too.
Yes. That looks awesome.
Very, very pretty. Well, I'm impressed with all of the artists on this video call. Everyone is so talented.
Oh, the whole family, the boys are no longer quiet. The 4 boys are out.
They're out.
Hi.
Hi.
One looks like
One is clean.
one is clean and one is dirty.
Uh-oh.
Clean.
All right. You got
Boot out. Go. Is there anybody else who's finished but hasn't shown? Dave and Bobby, did you finish yours? Let's take a look. Ooh, oh.
Oh.
Bobby, you did something different.
You did. It's very nice outline and very kind of like geometric. I like it.
Now, did you have different tile? Because I see you also have like a blue in between there.
My kids didn't do their project this summer, so I got some of their supplies. You can't see it, but
That's okay. It's being used.
supplies.
Yeah,
That's
we
really cool looking.
correct as well that we could do now in the dead of winter. That'll be a great project.
Exactly. How about John? John, you've been very quiet this evening. Oh, yes. Very nice.
Very
Hey,
nice.
Tyler. And the Lily family still working very hard over there, I see. Very concentrated. Brenda and Ron, you finished? What does it look like? Okay, Ron's face is kind of comical there. Ooh.
Very nice.
We got to see Ron because he pulled a face. Oh, no.
I love
good.
it.
That looks nice.
All right, Lewis family, let's see it.
Ooh.
Cool.
Even though it's the same shape, every one of them looks different. I like that.
Everyone. It's everyone's personality. I love it.
Maybe we should all hold them up at once, so then you can take a screenshot.
Yes, we'll take a picture. If you don't mind, we'll put it on the special love page to make sure you smile big. All right, ready? Hold on. Oh, my phone's set up. Hold up. All right, hold them up. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Thank you.
You guys did so great. I hope you enjoyed the whole process, and maybe you'll continue on and make some more with the extra pieces you have. Super easy and fun and relaxing. So
Definitely. Break some plates and make some other stuff.
Yes.
get out your meat tenderizer. It's the newest Mosaic tool.
Apparently.
I cannot wait to try it.
And learn about her technique.
I love it.
The hammer does work better, but this will do in a pinch.
I love it.
It's heavy and it breaks it. That's all you need.
I love it.
So neat. Well, the other thing is once you guys have finished and grouted it, if you guys could send me an email with your final pictures, with you guys holding them up or doing some kind of selfie, I would love that so we can kind of show off all the work you guys have done. And don't be bashful. Big smiles.
Can we also ask someone to take a picture of a One Hope wine bottle next to a Special Love glass? Because we'll use it to thank David and One Hope on social media.
We'll send you one.
Great, thank you. I saw you already did one, the glass.
Mosaic.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't do that. We cheated on the Mosaic, but the glass I can do.
Great thought, Jan. Didn't even think about that.
I threw the glass at Kate. I forgot it. You can throw it.
It's perfect. You need to get someone's attention. Love it.
Empty bottle is okay, right? Just want to be sure.
Yes.
Oh, cute. Thank you, Terry.
Oh, you're muted, Terry. Can't hear you.
Said thank you for that.
Yes.
Yes.
What? I just got a picture. Thank you.
See, it doesn't take long.
No, it's like pies.
Perfect Thanksgiving. Perfect.
I have pie on the bed. I have a pie sitting here. I'm trying not to eat.
To devour an entire pumpkin pie. So good.
Is everyone, we still have some people finishing up, they're gluing. I'm so excited. I want to see some pictures of them all finished.
I will definitely make sure to send you some.
Please do. I love seeing how they come out.
Yes. And if we post any, we'll make sure to tag your Facebook page too.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah. Does anybody have any questions for Miss Mosaic?
Everyone seems like they're ready to teach a mosaic class. I think they all got it.
Jason's here.
Jason wants to say hi.
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 If we're out shopping for bases, does it matter what we? Any recommendations or?
For a base?
For bases.
For base. I like to use MDF board. So if you find, like, if you wanted to make a house number or something, you can get pieces cut at Home Depot. I like that sort of thing. But really, if you find any sort of old thing, like at a yard sale, like an old yucky mirror or a table, like something that's kind of old and heavy, those work the best. You don't want anything that's going to kind of warp. Yeah, I haven't had much of a problem with anything of mosaic, but you want to be careful of any sort of like wood that has been kind of weathered or outside that's kind of warped. That's the only issue I've ever seen with one.
Cool, thanks.
Yeah.
It's mosaic back. Check this gap.
Talking in the background. Not muted.
He's always checking stuff out.
I'm looking, Ms. Mosaic, I'm looking you up on social media. Nice stuff.
See, we don't take time. We don't take always learning.
Bill is big in social media. He knows all the social media.
Well, thanks for looking me up. I feel special already.
Keep up the great work.
Thank you.
Great. We're going to hang it up. We're going to have fun with this one. We're all grouted up and all shiny and grouted, and we're going to be like, woo!
I want to hear from you on social when this thing's done.
Oh, yeah.
You bet. You will.
Awesome. Very cool. I'm excited.
I don't know, though. Can I show you?
Good work.
Well, the blue, he doesn't go all the way around. But he said that's
Terry has, trouble with this, and I go, this is me. I'm always a work in process, okay? It's never perfect.
Never finished. Never.
Do you want to spread them out a little more or put tiles between?
No, I like it just the way it is.
I love it. Leave it. It is your signature piece.
Exactly. There you go.
There won't be another like it.
No.
Nope, there won't be. That thing's gonna go for a lot of money. One of a kind.
Angela, did somebody donate the fudge?
No.
Oh.
But that is a local little place here in Winchester. They're called Nibblins. They actually have their own little shop downtown Walking Mall. So it's really cute. They've got fudge, little chocolates, things like that. But then they also have like all your top end kitchen stuff. So like spatulas, baking. When I was there, I was exploring. They had all the different flavored teas that you could like do fill up your containers. They had like different oils. So like for your salads, different like balsamic vinegars. It's in a very small space because the Walking Mall stores are not huge. So you just walk in, it's like you're overwhelmed instantly, but it's also like really cool. So
Nice.
But they were really nice. They worked with us. They did bring the price down for us. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. What'd you think? Anybody eat it yet?
I did.
Saw Brenda, thumbs up. Dave and Bobby shaking yes. John.
I had a
Sherry.
tiny, I had to hide it from the kids.
Oh. Well, what was hard for me was I had all these big bags there, and my kids were like, "Mom, what's in the bags? Mom?" I was like, "Don't touch it. Don't touch. Not yours." But yeah.
So Jay, you can see your what between being Special Love and Brass Camp, what you inspired in our house. So
Yeah, it's out of.
we had a number of mosaic projects after the.
Oh, that is so cool. I'm glad the kids enjoyed it.
Here. So,
That's great.
Is that just a plastic cup or is it a glass cup?
oops, for a little
Candle holder, votive.
yeah, votive. So yeah,
Pretty.
Yeah, there was a lot of mosaicing in the summer after camp.
Mosaicing and RVing.
Yeah, no, we spent we spent over 3 weeks this year in an RV, which was awesome.
It was really cool.
I've seen more space this year than I probably have in my whole life.
Warm water.
Warm water?
All from the comfort and safety of my own vehicle.
I just read your comment. That's hilarious that you told the kids that there was alcohol in the fudge.
That's funny.
So they won't even eat it. I love it. Oh, oops, sorry. Totally alcohol in the fudge. Right, Valentine?
You can say hi. Say hi.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Close everybody's seeing.
Oh, he's gonna shy away.
Look up, here's the camera.
You having fun on your trip?
Hello.
Hi. So sweet. Hey, they're always so interested about what mommy or daddy's doing on the computers, and then when you're like, "Oh, you can say hi," they're like, "No, no."
Yeah. The Zoom bombing is always with, like their ear or the side of their head.
Mm-hmm. Oh, your friend's saying hi.
Here.
Oh, 1 minute.
Oh.
No.
I'm alive.
Well, since most people are wrapped up with the mosaics, please help me in saying thank you to Miss Mosaic for coming out and spending her evening with us.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. It was really great. It was really fun. It's nice to meet all of you. Good work too. I'm impressed.
Thanks a lot.
You are so welcome.
Thank you to see what our kids got to do. It was awesome.
Yeah, that was fun. Thanks.
Great.
Except we were lucky. We got live Miss Mosaic. We did recordings for the summer. We actually got her in person.
So true.
It was very fun to be part of all of the experiences. So thank you.
Okay. Well, Sherry or anybody on the committee, do you guys have any words or anything like that?
Thank you all. Have a great Thanksgiving, and I'm going to mosaic the rest of the house.
Send me pictures.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye.
Betsy.
Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Weekend.
Bye.
Yes, and hopefully next coming up for anybody that hasn't seen schedule or my gazillion emails or Dave's emails that have been going out. Next up is David Tutera, who had the connection with One Hope, is doing a snowman craft on December 5th. We have registration being by Friday, but if you want to sneak it in this evening or tomorrow, we can make sure we can get something out to you guys. We also have Santa visits for the kids. So we have wonderful Santa taking time out of his very busy schedule for late November, early December. And he is joining us December 6th and on December 13th. And the link, the Sign Up Genius link was in the email I sent. And if you did not get it, let me know. I can send it to you. And it's 10 minutes to visit as a family with Santa. And just sign up for one spot is the only thing we're asking. So even though there's 2 days, just one time slot over those 2 days to give you guys a chance to kind of get into some of the holiday spirit since we're not doing the holiday party this year. So, and then we're working on a lot more stuff coming in January of 2020.
Great.
Jan, do you have anything you want to add?
The committee. Thank you to Angela and the committee for putting all of this together today and being able to have us gather at least virtually, if not in person.
Yes. And thank you guys for supporting us and being a part of the organization, coming and enjoying our events with us.
Enjoy the rest of your evening and enjoy the rest of the wine.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hope all of you have a wonderful and safe Thanksgiving too.
Same.
Likewise.
Thanks.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Thank you. Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you. Better.